Hey guys, Bama Guitar Dude here, and driving home from work and wanted to cover something that I think more turkey hunters could really benefit from, and I call it making hay while the sun shines. And what I mean by that is I covered the topic of spending time, having the time to spend to turkey hunt. And the reason why you got to have a lot of time is because Night and Hail a long time ago posted this booklet. I never got it, but it was like the 4 seasons within a season of turkey hunting or something like that. And it was like the 4 phases that turkeys go through during the springtime, and their behaviors and patterns and things that they change up even throughout the season. And so sometimes stuff will happen, you don't know why it's happened, and people will get frustrated and they'll get negative and all that other stuff, when if they understood the development of the spring season for turkey hunting, it would make a lot of more sense to them. But anyways, point of this video is just to tell you that you got to have the time to spend, and when you start observing the hens leaving the gobblers and nesting, that is a really, really critical time to be in the woods turkey hunting, because the gobblers are very vulnerable. Okay, they're kind of like a buck in rut. You can call to them and they'll respond, and they'll come into your calling a lot more frequently than they would at other times when they're grouped up with hens. Okay, the best of all scenarios, if you ever find a roost site, is to get in between the hens and the gobblers. Okay, you want to cut the gobbler off from his hens always in hunting. A lone gobbler all by himself is a very vulnerable bird, and one that you can kill a lot more easily than one that has hens. Okay, it's not a 100% guarantee, but it's a lot easier to kill them. Okay, so you got to make hay when the sun shines. You've got to have the time to hunt them, free up your schedule, and you got to get after it. The guys that I find that are the most successful are the ones that are really getting after it. Okay, they're not giving up. They're staying positive. They're not getting negative. They're relying on their hunter instinct. They're spending time in the woods. They're being patient. All these things. They're observing the behavior of the gobblers when they call to them, when they strut, where they strut. Where do they go during the day? Where are they at midday? Where do they roost? They're looking for sign, up underneath trees like poop and feathers and stuff to figure out where their roost sites are. I hunted last weekend and I found a dusting site for all the hens, and it was really cool to watch all the hens. Every hen that came into this pasture would hit this dusting site, and they'd dust themselves, and then they'd go on into the pasture and feed on into the pasture. So, guess where I'm going to be? Be at that dust site, because every one of them's checking up, and I happened to observe a gobbler that was tending to those hens in that pasture. And I didn't get him last weekend, but hope to get him this weekend. But anyway, so yeah, in turkey hunting, you've got to make hay when the sun is shining. Become astute as a turkey hunter to observing behavior and what those turkeys are doing all throughout the season, because they change their behaviors frequently throughout the season, and knowing when to hunt them when they're separated from their hens, or the hens are nesting, or they're done breeding them, so you can hit them up at 10 o'clock in the morning or what have you, is really critical for success in the woods. So when it's time to make hay, you need to make hay when the sun is shining. Take care.